Now let's talk about the shortcut and example. So to make things easier, and I would like you to focus on this one. So you have learned already the concept of the mesh analysis. This one is quite novel. So you don't need to worry about the Ohm's law in this case. Just simply construct KVL equations directly using Ohm's law. So we can make it a bit shorter, like 4 steps in this case. Okay, so now we have the given resistor values, and then also for the voltage source, so that we can simulate the process without variables. Okay, I mean without unknown, with real values. Okay, first step, we assign the mesh currents. Okay, so you have I1, I2, and I3. Okay, then construct KBL directly. Okay, and also for the current. So very simple, the same step previously, but you just take note, I1 is the reference of mesh 1. So I1 enters negative 100, so therefore this is negative 100, and then it enters to the 10 ohms. Okay, so I1 enters 10 ohms, so you just simply write 10 times I1. Now remember, or observe, that I1, and with this branch, I2 is also entering in that branch. So therefore, you need to subtract I2 because I2 is against I1 in this case. So, therefore, we have 10 I1 minus I2. Always remember that I1 is the reference, so it's always positive. And then the same is true for 15 ohms. So we have the current I1 enters here, and then I3 enters here. So therefore, I3 is negative and I1 is positive. Okay, so that's our first equation. And then for the second mesh, so now we know I2 is the reference of mesh 2. So therefore, when I2 enters 10 ohms, so that's positive, and then I1 is negative because I1 is opposing I2. So therefore, we have this equation. Okay, then plus 25 I2 because only I2 enters in this branch and there's no other current except I2. And then, so therefore, we have 25, and then we have 10 I2, and all of them are positive. Okay, you don't need to worry about whether it is positive or negative. Okay, you don't think about the voltages here. Okay, so you just simply follow this step. Okay, so this is simplified and a shortcut, so you don't need to worry about the positive or negative thing. Okay, and then we have 5 ohms here. So I2 is the reference, I2 is positive, and then I3 is opposing I2, so therefore it's negative. So that's our second equation. Now we have mesh 3. So mesh 3 enters 15 ohms, but I1 is opposing I3, so therefore that's negative I1. Okay, and then we have plus 5, and then 5 here. I3 is positive, and then I2 is opposing, so therefore that's negative. And then plus 6 ohms. Okay, because only I3 enters that direction. Okay, so that's our third equation. And okay, arranging the equations into a proper linear equation format. Okay, so you have this one for the first equation, second equation, and then third equation. Make sure that the variables I1, I2, I3 are properly ordered in every equation. Okay, so you should not interchange I1 with I2. Okay, otherwise you will get complication. Okay, so even a single positive or negative sign, okay, a wrong negative sign, then the equation or your answer will be incorrect. And then using any other numerical methods or substitution method, elimination method, so you can derive I1, I2, I3 because this is 3 equations, 3 unknowns. So you can solve directly I1, I2, and I3. And then the problem is looking for the power dissipated by R6. And then, so you can get the answer by using this equation. Okay, I3 squared times R6. So R6 is 6 ohms, and then I3 is whatever value here. Okay, so you will use that one for getting power across R6, or power dissipated by resistor 6. Very good. So that's basically mesh analysis. So in summary, we have we have here a shortcut. So you might as well use the shortcut, or you might use the older one or the conventional one, which is not a problem, which is also good. But for you to solve faster, I would suggest this one, because you don't need to worry about the positive and negative sign of the voltages. Okay, so you just construct the mesh and mesh equations based on the mesh current. Okay, so basically mesh analysis is simply the combination of KVL, Ohm's law, and linear equations. Okay, more about mesh analysis. There's a more complicated thing using super mesh condition, which will be in a separate topic. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video, and see you on the next lesson.